content creation. Content creation, because I'm also doing the same, right? So content creation is another big opportunity that I believe we need to take advantage of. This is a multi-million-dollar business globally. We have seen many people break the bank with this type of business, earning millions of dollars on this particular, depending on the channels and the niche that they are in. But from an African setting, it is still a growing trend, right? We have seen some people who are making some money. We have seen the ghetto kids. We have seen people like Vusi. We have seen some of the Nigerians making some good money on this one, but there's a lot of opportunity. People are craving for information. People are craving for opportunity to learn. People are craving for knowledge. And this is the medium that we can do right now with the technology that has, given us this opportunity. So content creation, all you need is a camera or your phone. If you don't have a camera, your phone is just enough for you to start the content creation. What is so important is to carve out your niche. You can't be everything. Carve out your niche, ensure that you have really well researched on this niche, and as well ensure that you're consistent. Because people, when you get a group of people who are interested in your niche, you need to feed them this information. Be consistent, have a niche, and don't deviate from your niche. I believe you and me, you will definitely be able to increase your following. You'll be able to increase your subscribers and views. Having said that as well, please subscribe on the channel and ensure you have clicked the like button and as well the notification button, so that we keep on giving you these videos to ensure that we grow the channel and as well grow the subscribers. So going back to the point, when you go into the model, money, very low cost. All you need is internet to upload your content and then be consistent about it. And then when you look at the time, it's a bit medium for this one, because you don't earn immediately. For places like YouTube, definitely they have an algorithm that you have to meet. So you have to have a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of views for you to start earning. But when you get into the earning bracket, definitely then you start making some good revenue from the channel. Then lastly, in terms of risk, low risk. Why is that we record, you edit, and by the time you put your content up, you're sure that's the content you want to do. So there's low risk on this particular one. Which team are you taking to run your business, or which team are you going to lead to run your business? You need to understand the team that you're running, or you need to meticulously select the team that you're going to work with. Why? Because however much you talk about automation, processes, there are some parts of your business that have to be run by people. And not all the times that you'll be there to run the business. So you need a team that is really sober to run your business. Even though it's one person, two people, you need to take time to select the people, right? Because if you need to look at the attitude of the people. Someone might be technically good, might be, everything checks out, but the wrong attitude. Those are the worst people to have in your business, because they'll take away your customers, because they don't care, they'll give bad service, and then your customers will go back to the competition. So you need to be able to select meticulously the team. And for a lack of a better word, if someone is not cutting it, we are known to be nice as Ugandans and hospitable. Fire the person, because at the end of the day, that's your life, that's your investment that you put in there. You don't need to get someone and then you carry on prisoners. You need to have the right team. So what I get from you is that this is like, it's not, okay, like you said, money in the bank, critical, but this is like passion. This is like it puts you alive, right? So I think what message do you have for some people who, many people say, I will do that business because someone is making money. So they're chasing money rather than passion. So what is your view about that?
It's not a money thing, because again, I keep on saying in the Bible, God has already blessed us. We're already blessed. We don't have to chase for money, because He has already given us. But what are we giving when it comes to purpose? So I'll tell that person that wants to start up, be ready. Be ready to be broken.
Yes.
Be ready to engage and disengage.
Yes.
But be ready to move.
Yes.
It's never about the money. The money is already availed.
Yeah.
So if you're good at what you do, trust me, nations are going to look for you. People are going to look for you. You don't even have to Hustle.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. So you talk about things from, an experiential point of view, but you've talked about briefly designing. I know for a fact you're behind the Relate interior designing brand. So if you want to tell in a few words, so anyone who's watching, what is Relate?
Previously we were known as Relate Interiors, now known as Relate Design Studio.
Okay.
This is a space where we create, we work on spaces, both residential and commercial spaces. We are a team of so many, the seen and the unseen, because most of the time there are people who are in the front of the camera like myself, and then there are people who are in the back end. But we start from construction, architecture works, interior design, which is basically our niche. So we create a space functional, but yet aesthetically pleasing. Yes, that is Relate in a nutshell.
Now let's talk about your business. The world is evolving. Everything is changing. We're hearing a lot of technology. People are talking about AI. You're talking about the robotics, 3D. How has that influenced your business, and how infused is technology in the way you operate, right?
I'd say lately everything runs around that, around tech. So we have learned to embrace it. We've learned to utilize and use it, because, like as I keep on telling you, that Bible, there's nothing you're going to create that God hasn't seen the end. So He gives us that wisdom to create. So whatever man is creating, these are opportunities for us to enjoy the earth. So it helps us blossom in our businesses. So definitely I've embraced tech, as in that's why we're seated here.
I can see. Absolutely. The other question, so you have different businesses, and I believe you are one person, so meaning you're depending on people, right, to run those businesses. From the SMEs I've heard from, a number of them cry every day because of people, right? I mean staff. What is your take on that?
Okay, I'm not gonna pinpoint, but what I'm gonna say, I wish everyone would embrace businesses, whether you're employed or your own one. Embrace it like it's your own. It's my cry and my call to the people that are working for other people, even the people that are working for me, to embrace things like it's theirs. Because every time you embrace something that it is your own, then you're gonna make it blossom, you're gonna make it grow. Even if you have challenges, you're gonna cross it and make sure that it works. So the fact that people take things for granted, I don't know, it's a difficult mentality that I really do not want to juggle into. But my cry and my call would be for people to take things like as if it was theirs. And then the world would be a better place for all of us.
Very true, 100%. Ineffective business management and leadership skills. We, the founders and the business owners, are normally the monsters of our own businesses. For starters, at times some of them run their businesses like they're running their homes. They're running them with passion instead of using objectivity. Most of them are bad people managers. You are abusive to your staff. You are brutal to your staff. You are not giving them direction, but just backing at them. That is definitely a catastrophe and a disaster area, because these are the people who run your business. Now imagine if you're not there, if the guys are disgruntled, they're not happy because you back at them, what will happen? They will just chase away money. That is the first starting space. The second is that most of the business owners, because you have made a business, you feel like you've reached. Because you feel you have reached, you can't be advised, you don't take feedback, you are always abusive, you feel you know it all. That is a recipe for the disaster. So that's why most businesses struggle because of the business owner. Then lastly, on this particular piece is that there's a problem with financial management for business owners. Most of them eat their business to the ground, right? What happens with most business owners, I have put in, say, $500 in this business. I sell this, I buy this product at $500. I'm selling it at $700. But when they tell me rent is due, I get $700 and I pay rent. But remember that amount had also your capital and the margins. So you need to be able to, differentiate the two. So because at the end of the day, then you start eating your business. Afterwards, you start saying the staff are stealing from me. These people are doing what? You start blaming people everywhere, but at the end of the day, do you have a full governance around your financial management? And do you keep a financial tracker properly? And do you differentiate between what is your principal or your capital and what is your margin and what do you cost? What is your costing for, operational expenses? You need to be able to know that very clearly and ensure that you are very clear on that so that you have a robust management system. So for business owners who are struggling in people management, who are struggling in financial management, I urge you to either get a mentor or a coach. And this doesn't have to be someone very formal. You can have, in your circles, there are people who have done it and are doing it very well. Use those to guide you on how to do business much better, how to manage people much better, how to manage your finances much better, how to manage your operations much better, which templates to use, which tools to use, because at the end of the day, that this will definitely lead your business away. And we have invested money, blood and sweat and thought in this business. So you need it to be working very well. So you need to handle your people well, you need to handle your operations well, you need to handle your customers well, you need to handle your finances very well. So that is why most business owners do if they are to succeed in their business. So make sure you don't fall prey of being a bad leader or bad people manager or bad business manager. Human capital or talent risk. Now, normally we overlook this. You have your staff, you have maybe 3 or 5 staff. Yes, I have my people. You might find some of those are critical skilled resources. And one day comes and the one tells you, you know what, I've gone to competition and you're exposed. So that's why it's important to look at the risk around, human capital and talent. What do you need to do around this? Because human capital, definitely, most of your businesses run around people. So you need to ensure that the people element is clearly, articulated for your business continuity. First and foremost, you need to be able to identify in your business some of the, skilled or what you call hypos in your businesses that you can map up for growth. So you might find you have senior people in your business, but there are these young talent who are really very good and you see that they can be able to be groomed into senior people. So what you do, you put them on a journey and start training them, preparing them, because if in case of anything that happens, those are some of the people that you can easily put into that business. The business stays running, stays going. That is important to think about. The second one is train your teams. Because when you train in teams, that means it's not like one person who knows it all, but maybe you have trained a number of people. So there's continuity around that particular space to ensure that your business doesn't collapse because someone has just gone away. Okay? Then ensure that always you listen to your staff. At times, some of the answers are within the people. So you open up the door and ensure that you have that open communication with your teams. And where you can, be able to adopt some of those things because they feel involved, they feel they're part of the system, they will own your vision and be able to stay and have a longevity in your company, which helps you to mitigate that risk of human capital and talent loss. The second thing, which is very important as well, if you can, whichever business that you run, be able to create clear parts of your people in your system, how they can grow with you in the business. If someone was an office messenger, can they become maybe an administrator now? If they have a skill, can they become a driver? If they have a skill, can they, grow into that business? It is very important because then someone sees a future in your business entity and they can be able to walk that future with you as your business is equally growing. If that doesn't happen, what will happen is that the person reaches a time and they become negative, and they become, because they're disgruntled, they're not growing, they don't see any future, they're not challenged. The next thing is being counterproductive. Either now they're starting to be the ones who are always with a negative vibe. They're the ones who are maybe taking stuff from the business because they're not seeing any future, and they're starting to get frustrated. So you need to create a simple mapping of how you grow your people in the system so that you stay with them, right? Very, very, very important. Closely tied to that, whatever you can. I know our businesses, our hustles, it's very tight on the money, very tight on the budget. If you can, pay them fairly. Pay the people fairly, because as you pay them fairly, they will be able to appreciate and they will stay with you, right? There are people who squeeze every dollar, because then the person just is there for just the money. When they get the next best thing, they'll walk out. When they get the next best thing, they'll just walk away. So what you need to do is try as much as possible. And I'm not saying pay them, expensively. Try as much as possible to pay some of your staff fairly, so that they can be able to also, feel valued, and as well look after their needs. Because if they don't look after their needs, those are the ones you're going to grab, trying to steal either fuel, trying to steal an asset, telling you this machine failed, is faulty, when actually they sold it. So it becomes counterproductive in your system. So try to pay them fairly, because it is important to look after your staff, because they're the ones who do the job. They're the ones who bring in the money. They're the ones who handle the customer. So it is important to pay them fairly. So in a nutshell, that is where you can put a little bit of security, or enough security, around human capital or human resource or talent risk. So that's a security.
Is your team an asset or liability to your hustle as a business founder or leader? Many a times, we set up businesses, but we're rarely there because we have other things that we're doing to, supplement all the hustles that we're doing and make a grind and make money so that we can transform our lives. But the people you leave in those spaces, are they an asset? Are they a liability? I want to pause a little bit. Think about it clearly. You have that hustle. Is that person or those people you have that side, do you consider them an asset? Do you consider them a liability, or you don't know? Guess what? There are very easy ways to find out whether they are an asset or a liability. It's actually like day and night. You will know when they are an asset, and you will know when they are a liability. So it's better for you when they are an asset, and we'll go through the signs that you can tell that they are an asset. Because when they are not an asset and they are a liability, many a times we keep on pushing, I'll deal it tomorrow, I'll talk to her tomorrow, I'll talk to him tomorrow. I've put them on performance notice today, I'll deal it tomorrow, I'll deal it this side. You hesitate to take action on some of the things that are key for your business. If you have a second chance to money, if you have a second chance to that customer who is not happy, who was walked out, disgruntled, then you can pen that decision. But if you don't have a second chance to capital that you're wasting in this business because someone is messing it up, if you don't have a second chance to that customer who's walking away disgruntled and going to the next best, competitor who will serve them, then you must take action on that person, all those people who are normally a liability into your business. Now, since we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the signs that you'll tell, whether your team is an asset or your team is a liability. I'll start with the good news, the asset. The asset is very evident. A team that is an asset is very evident, individual or a team. The first thing you'll see, most of these people are accountable. They will always own up to either the things that have gone right, even the things that have gone wrong. They'll say, you know what, I understand this has gone wrong. I'm working on it. I'm solving it. We are working on it. We have met. We have discussed. This is what we're doing. They are accountable, but not only accountable, they are solution oriented. They try to look for the solutions that can be able to transform the business. So they don't leave it to you, the business owner or the leader, to come up with solutions. They always try to create solutions for you, and it's upon you to either add some value to it, guide them, and they deliver. But they are always accountable. They own up for their mistakes. They own up even for their tasks, and they go ahead and deal them. Now, going ahead and dealing them it means they execute. So the results don't come by mistake. The people who are an asset to your business always execute. They wake up, they plan, they get it done. As simple as that. So that is a team that there, if you have a team that does that, you have an asset in your ecosystem, and always just ensure that you empower them more to be able to do the right things. The other is they have owned up. As you shared their vision, your vision to them, they have picked that vision that you shared with them, and they are running with it like it's their business. Now that is a team that is really, really, really an asset. If they really see your vision and they are really living the vision for your business and putting it to life, that is an asset, my friend. Those are people that you need to ensure that you empower, you challenge more, you also reward, and make sure that they do more for your business, because then those are the people whereby you go to bed and know that this lady or this man is got it for my business. So those are very important people to have in your system. They work as a team. It's not I am doing, it's not he said. They normally work as a team because they hold each other. They know that they're as good as their weakest link, so they normally carry along. And you find that maybe one of their colleagues is not doing well, they'll come and chip in, or they'll complain. If someone is not pulling their weight, those are the ones who say, but this guy needs to do their own, he needs to do their inch. So those are the guys that you need to always have.